Now the Blackview Tab 90 is a budget Android tablet found on Amazon for just 100 quid. Now a low price is all fine and dandy as long as it performs well enough doing the basics. So let's find out if it does. Okay, so here is the Blackview Tab 90. Simple white box, a few specs on the back, 800 by 1280 resolution, just a shade under 11 inches, 4 plus 8 gigs of RAM. That's obviously using some of the storage to boost the RAM. How genuine that is, I don't know. 120 gigs of storage, 8200 milliamp hour battery, 13 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel front, and it comes with a Unisoc Tiger T606 processor. So it's a very entry level chip on this Blackview Tab 90. So let's just unwrap it. I'm trying this stood up as opposed to on my very small desk. Let's see how well this goes. Pop the lid, and there on top is the Tab 90. Let's pop that aside just for a second. You do get a bit of paperwork there. A SIM tool for micro SD card expansion. And then USB-C cable in that compartment. And then in this one, you get a plug, which is rated at just 10 watts. So of course you're not going to get any blazing speeds with that charging brick there. So here is the Blackview Tab 90. Like I said, it's a very entry-level tablet at just £100, and I did manage to pick it up with a £20 voucher courtesy of Blackview, so I picked it up for 80 quid. So there's just the specs again that I first outlined. Let's just that didn't work very well. Take it out of the wrapper. So for those that might not be familiar with Blackview, Chinese company that create budget level phones and tablets. Quite a nice feeling tablet there. Let's just peel the front. There is a screen protector on this one, which I found on the Teclast tablet that I unboxed as well. So 13 megapixel rear camera, LED flash. Back is made of plastic, not metal by the feel of it. And then the power button is on the a lot of people will class as top end, as well as the volume button, because this tablet is of course designed to be used in this orientation, as well with the location of the selfie camera. So let's just power her on, see if she's got any juice. Okay, so let's just boot it up. Let's go through some of the setup process. Okay, so I've just put some of my Google information in, and let's just have a little tilt at the display. And unsurprisingly, the viewing angles aren't going to be the best, but then this is a £100 tablet, so of course you can't expect the world. And of course the bezels around the outside, they're uniform, which is nice, but they are pretty chunky. Let's pick Google for my search engine. Entering your PIN and then just accepting all of the Google Assistant bits and bobs. So of course at this price you can't expect any form of biometrics in terms of fingerprint scanners. Let's have a little play around with the wallpapers a second. Oh, no live wallpapers. That's the end of that then. Let's just click next and we'll worry about that later. Oh, Siamese fighting fish. I don't see enough of them when I'm at work. So here is the Blackview Tab 90 with basically no apps on it, no bloatware or anything, which is nice. So you've got YouTube, YouTube Music, WPS Office, usual Google apps, and that's your lot. Not even the usual Blackview's own apps, which I found on their phones. Swipe to the right and you get your usual Google feed. But other than that, it's pretty clean. Now, of course, performance-wise, it's not going to be the fastest tablet on the market, as to be expected. But the settings menu is a usual sort of stock Android sort of look to it, and it's got the usual bits and bobs, battery settings, Wi-Fi and networks, Bluetooth, storage. So you get 128 gigs of storage, and then it gives you information on all your individual storage bits. Display information, so you can turn on dark mode if you want to, but for the purposes of this video, so you don't see my reflection, I'm going to put light mode back on. And then all just the usual bits. So let's go to system updates, check for updates. Okay, no updates apparently. Oh, let's go back there. So we're on Android 14, so that's nice. It's nice up-to-date software. And then if I just try to find the wallpapers. Normally there's a separate folder for that, but I don't seem to be able to see it. So let's scrap that for a minute. Jump into the camera, and of course you can't expect an incredible camera experience, and you don't find that with any tablet unless you're getting an iPad Pro or a high-end Samsung. So let's just test out the selfie camera. And I mean, it's pretty dreadful. Automatically adds a watermark on there, which of course you can get rid of if you want to. So you've literally just got a photo and video mode on here, and if we jump into the settings, there's not a huge amount of settings when it comes to the selfie camera, and again with the main camera as well, 13 megapixels. So of course this is just going to be aimed at someone just wanting a very basic tablet that's just going to be fine for watching a bit of video and playing a few light games. So let's just bring up a video. Let's bring up an Ash Does Tech video, and we'll see what the speakers sound like. Conveniently on the side like that, so you can just, rather than having to reach up here or down here, which is quite nice. Let's skip that ad.
Video on the Pixel 7 Pro. Now, whilst I loved using this phone, it's an absolute behemoth. So, what about the regular Pixel 7? Is this the best compact phone you can buy in 2024? Let's take a look. Now, if you're considering a second-hand Pixel 7, there's a couple of differences between.
So to be fair, speakers sound pretty good. Let's see if we can just play with the resolution. 1080p resolution. Whether it actually displays 1080p resolution video, I'm not 100% sure, but those pixels are supposed to be white and they definitely weren't on that video. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Of course, it's not going to be the most color accurate and highest quality display at just £100. And of course, there's no high refresh rate either. So it's just a 60 Hz display. But overall, I think this Blackview Tab 90 is going to be absolutely fine for someone just wanting a bog standard tablet to do the basics like watching a bit of video and playing a bit of light gaming. Let's just download Geekbench, and then I can run some Geekbench scores on this tablet, so bear with. Okay, so here are the 4 tablets that I have in my possession with their respected Geekbench scores. So on the far left, we've got the Apple iPad Air 2 with their A8X processor. Came out in 2014, and I've had that for about 7 years. I've had that for actually. And then the next one is the Teclast T60, which comes with the Unisoc T616 processor. So as you can see, even that's a upgrade, certainly on the multi-core from the iPad. And then the Blackview Tab 90 is unsurprisingly a little bit lower than that T616 with its T606. So I've got a bit tongue-tied there. And then over on the right, you've got the new Honor Pad 9 with the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1, which of course is an improvement on all of those with its more powerful processor. So of course that just gives you a rough idea as to how the Blackview Tab 90 with its Unisoc T606 processor stands next to those other tablets. Random mishmash, I know, but it's the only other tablets I've got in my possession. But again, it's just interesting to see how it fares against those. So the last part of this review is just going to be checking out a little bit of gameplay on Need for Speed No Limits to see how the T606 copes with a bit of gaming. So let's go. Now of course you're not going to get the most out of performance, and you can kind of see that it is pretty slow, at least to my eyes. But like I said, if you're someone that just plays a little bit of light gaming, you might get away with it. You might be alright with it, but of course, if you're someone that plays higher intensity games, you're not going to be buying a tablet like this, if I'm being perfectly honest. So that there, in a nutshell, is my very quick look at the Blackview Tab 90. Now, while it won't blow you away with raw specifications, of course, being just a £100 entry-level budget tablet, it is absolutely plenty enough for just doing basic tasks. A little bit of light gaming is absolutely fine. Of course, you don't get the highest quality display. If you do look close enough, you can see pixels. But overall, pretty decent tablet. I think it performed relatively well, and it has got the new Android 14 software. What it's going to get in terms of future software updates, can't imagine it's going to get a lot, but the fact that it's got Android 14 out of the box is still pretty good. And for £100, just for watching a bit of video, playing a few light games, it's absolutely fine. But of course, let me know down in the comments what you think of the Blackview Tab 90. Is it a tablet that you would consider buying? And subscribe to the channel if you like videos like this. I've got plenty more on the way, and I'll see you in the next one.